Gentlemen, I would say now is your opportunity to talk to the crowd. We have agrologists, farm advisors, bankers, investment brokers. What are the services that you use now, and what are the services that you need to support your farm operation in the future?
Well, just listening to Lorne, it's interesting here with four brothers. I can imagine four brothers. I don't know if I have four sisters, so I couldn't imagine them being all on the farm and trying to get along with everybody. But 2015, you think down the road, it'd be nice to have that managerial setup where everybody kind of had their own little. I can't think of the word. Like their own. That's their own specific job. I think in my setup, I guess I'm the only one that's there. Maybe down the road, I guess I have to look at setting up some employees and giving them more responsibility for certain things. I just feel most days I'm tugged in so many different directions. I don't know if I'm a mechanic, a manager, an agrologist. I think this is where people like yourselves, I try and surround myself with those type of people and learn, and that helps me make my decisions on the farm that much easier. So down the road, I think as long as I keep those people like yourselves in place, helping me make the right decisions, that's going to be probably the most important thing on my farm.
Some of you agrologists especially probably remember and could tell me what year it was, but 6 or 10 years ago, the provincial government decided they didn't really need ag reps anymore and abolished those positions as far as I can recall. And at the time, I thought, well, big deal. I don't need no stinking ag rep because, there was, at the time, I still am close to an ag retail for what's Viterra now. At the time it was UGG. UGG was bringing in agrologists or agronomists, and you had chemical companies you could call. They all had toll-free numbers, all that type of thing. And so I thought, well, that was fine. And a month ago or so, I had a fairly complicated question, I think, a big picture question on my farm. And who do I wind up emailing but the person who was at the time? Now she's got a different name or a different title, but she was the ag rep for my district. She's in Weyburn. And so how we've kind of gone full circle. The point that I'm trying to make is I rely on a lot of people. I have a brilliant person for an account. And there's some people I rely on unofficially for farm advice, and I still talk to chemical reps, the person that runs my ag retail. But of course, you have to filter that through the lens of are they trying to sell you something, or where are they coming from? I think as agrologists, you should know that farmers really have a real good sense for that, the BS meter. If you're trying to just push your product, well, it really hurts you in the long term. If there are accountants here tonight, I don't know if any profession that's in short supply as much as an accountant that really knows agriculture. Really knows the farm rules. And I had an experience where I had to switch accountants. My accountant went on to other things, and I made the wrong decision where I went, and was only there a matter of months actually, and it was a quite expensive experience. And who else is left? The lawyers. Oh, and the bankers. Sheesh. I spent some time as president of a credit union and on the board of a small credit union. We've since amalgamated, and I'm no longer on the board. But what I find is that ag lenders, I don't know whether ag lending doesn't pay as well or isn't as glamorous. Ag lending is really tough for financial institutions to find ag lenders that are interested, that'll stay there, that know what they're doing. And that's a bit of an issue going forward, I think.
I think I'm going to go back to one of Jim's comments when he was talking about lending, and he was using the word the C's, character. And that, I think, is probably one of the biggest things that everybody has to understand, is that people deal with other people because they trust them and they trust their character. And I'm a firm believer that in any relationship, whatever it is, in agriculture or business or friendships, is that you develop a trust. And the trust is what carries you on. You have to have a win-win relationship. And trust is the only thing that really after you get through a lot of things, it keeps that win-win relationship going. And those are the things, whether it's in our operation, you may talk to me, you may talk to one of my brothers, you may be talking to a nephew or a niece or a daughter in the future that's involved in the farm operation, because we're kind of segregated jobs a bit. But at the end of the day, it's all about trust. We want you to come out and visit our operation. If you're doing business with us, we like to see you at our location. We don't mind going to your location, but we want you to get an understanding of our character, because that's how you build a relationship, is that you come onto our turf, we go onto your turf, and you kind of do a little dance and figure out, yes, I want to do business with you, or no, I don't necessarily want to do business with you. I know there's pressures in lending, probably more so than any, because I've experienced it, is that you need to grow a portfolio, or you need to keep loan losses down, or we can go on a couple of other different things there in the lending field. But at the end of the day, what head office or what your bosses want aren't necessarily what's going to happen in the economy. The other thing that we like to do in our operation, and it's part of that character and trust, is that we want to know who the decision makers are. Because you may not be the total person with decision, that you put forward your recommendation, but somebody above is actually the person that makes the decision. We want to get to know them too. We invite them all out to the farm and ask them to come and visit, because again, we want to display our character and our trust, and we want to know who it is that we're dealing with, because that then creates a business relationship.